Good afternoon. I just wanted to show you a little bit of my setup that I use for live streaming. I've got something coming up this afternoon, a little backyard talk. This is going to be a 3-camera setup. I'm going to have a couple of camera operators helping me out here. Our cameras are all the same thing. These are the Sony AX-700s. They are on Libec TH-X tripods with Libec controllers that work for the Sony cameras. The monitors that I'm using are these Feelworld 5.5-inch monitors. These come wonderfully set up so that you can actually put a Hollyland transmitter right on the back. I have a battery, a Sony NPF battery on the device, which powers both the transmitter and the monitor. But I also have power coming to it from an aux DC in that actually comes all the way down from my V-mount battery down here. Now, the V-mount battery powers the camera as well, which also has a battery in place. This whole power on power thing is set up so that if I have to change out the V-mount battery, which should last for at least 4, 5, 6 hours powering everything, that I can swap out the V-mount and still have the battery on the monitor and the battery on the camera running everything. It works a treat, really does. My second camera, same setup over here in the woods, basically, all ready to go. And my final camera is over here, another AX-700, same setup. I have the V-mount battery on the slider over here. This is a GVM slider. All it does is go back and forth with the manual parallax bar in the middle. I could power everything off this V-mount, but I won't, because I have the controller for the slider has its own power pack, and I kind of like it like that. That drains more, and if this goes out, it doesn't really affect the picture. So we're really good to go here. All right, let's go take a look at the actual control room setup. All right, here are my bags and containers and control room setup all ready to go. I actually have an ATEM Mini Pro setup connected to this system. I don't need it, but I wanted to make sure that I could actually connect to it, and I'll show you how all that works. I haven't set up the audio yet. I'm using a Zoom inside here. Once we get all this set up, my Tentacle Sync and all this. This is pull it out, a Zoom F6 audio recorder, and you'll notice that I actually have mounted a little quick release adapter on top, along with a quick release plate on the bottom. This is going to go underneath one of my tripod cameras, and all my microphones, as you can see back here, which will be set up, will be connected to this device. This device will then be sending audio into the camera, and it'll be coming into the system that way, and that'll be my standard audio. Over here, these are just the cases I keep everything in. As you can see, I've got the Yolobox Pro right here, and my ATEM Mini Pro, and this is an old Blackmagic 7-inch video assist recorder that I've had for a while, and I'm just using it as my monitor for this whole thing. I have everything connected to a small hub, a battery-powered, network hub, and all that goes to my GLINet 750 AC, or whatever it's called. This is nothing more than a wireless, or an access point, if you will, connecting everything else into my standard network. I'm getting wireless from inside the house. Actually, wireless is coming from the ceiling right there, from that access point, and I'm getting a pretty good signal, but I'm able to power everything and control everything with that device. Everything is being powered by this one 158 watt-hour battery from Max Oak, which comes across into a powered, or a hub, which is splits it off. I've got two DTAP to 12 volt to power the monitor and the ATEM. The Yolobox is actually getting a trickle charge from the battery itself right here. Right now, as you can see, as you can probably see, sort of, I'm at 35%. It's charging, it's slowly draining, but it's not going to be draining as quickly as it normally would. I'm still working on trying to find the best power system for the Yolobox. But the DTAP also goes and powers this dual USB splitter, which powers my two devices right there. So the way I have the ATEM set up, which I would, as you can see, I've actually got a still on there, and I don't have any cameras actually plugged into the system itself. But if I did, I'd be able to have 4 additional inputs here to go into the Yolobox. Now, how am I getting this into the Yolobox? I don't know. Let's find out. In the back, the webcam out of the ATEM comes around and goes into the USB input on the Yolobox. As you can see, there's the USB input on the Yolobox. Double tap it, and it brings up my signal from the ATEM. So if I fade to black on the ATEM, I can do this here. So fade to black, life's good. I can go to my first camera, second camera, or the slider shot. And from here, I can also, like anything with Yolobox, bring in any other setup that I want to do. I can add a video source. I can do all this other kind of wonderfully fun stuff here. Okay, recording directly here. For output, the Yolobox is connected, of course, to the hub, which is then connected to the portable router, which then connects upwards to the interwebs. And from there, I'm able to control and send off a stream, which is what I will do. Now, I have my 3 cameras coming in here into HDMI 1, HDMI 2, HDMI 3 on the Yolobox. Those are actually coming in, if we follow the cables up, past another V-mount battery. I actually have 3, I can't count. 3 Hollyland 400S HDMI receivers up here, each one paired to one of the transmitters that are on my cameras. These things are all connected to another hub up at the top, and probably see that, another DTAP hub, which then comes down to my 1 V-mount battery. So I'm able to power all 3 of these directly, and last time I checked, this will last a good 5-6 hours powering all 3 of these transmitters. And don't worry about that one, I'll get it all straightened out. And from there, they come down, and everything is a nice wireless system underneath. So no cables going across. And then we have our actual setup over there. Basically, I was hoping to kind of show y'all exactly how things are set up here, the way I do this for this show that's coming up this afternoon. Let me get out of the shadows here so I can come over here where you can actually see me. So you have the idea of how things are set up. If you have any questions, actually ask them down below and I'll be able to answer them, I hope. But this is just a simple setup. Actually, it only took me about an hour to get everything set up all by my lonesome because my production assistants aren't quite here yet. That happens. But this is a really simple show. It really works. Just a little local neighborhood talk thing that we're doing, and it works really quite well. So just enjoy. Like I said, if you have any questions the way I have my stuff set up, I like to run it where there's no shore power. I like to run off battery power. That way I know that I'm good to go, you know? All right. So thank y'all very much. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Appreciate it. Bye.